In today's video, I'm going to break down a company called Alt Fragrances. They're absolutely killing it. This is them over here. They're killing it in the online space. All of the revenue, or most of the revenue, is coming through online sales. This is their simple website, but simple yet effective, because I'm going to bring you through exactly what they're doing on the creative side that's actually allowing them to really scale aggressively. And they're doing over $50 million every single year. That's right above $4 million every single month. How do I know that? Well, I can validate through references I checked on Google, but also they're doing around 1 million in traffic. If we just build like a 3-4% conversion rate with their like most proven package that they're selling, which is like this is actually not their main page. They're doing like a bundled offer you see for $49 and $99. This is what's selling the most for them. And so assuming that, it's around $4 to $5 million a month. Now, before we get further into the video, my name is Brando. I actually work with the 8-figure companies as well, kind of like this one. I'm just showing you this just so you understand the type of caliber of data and clients that we typically are used to working with. In 30 days alone, they did over $1 million a month. Okay, now that we've got the proof out of the way, let's jump right into the video. I'm going to break down exactly what they're doing from a creative perspective so that we can better understand how they are producing these ads in the first place. I like to use this tool called Atria. It's very helpful. They're doing videos. 62% of their revenue is coming from videos, and then images 37%. Most of just by knowing the nature of the product, most of these image ads should be not in all cases, but in most cases retargeting. But if there's one similarity that I see throughout all of their content library, is that they are absolutely killing it with UGC content. I've never seen a company do so much UGC content like they are pushing. Like they're literally all of their videos, even if you take a look at their ads library. And this is exactly what I'm going to talk about in this video. You see they're all UGC types of content. This is like an interview, but it's still very UGC type of content. They do street interviews, all UGC content. So if there's one thing that I want to discuss in this video, is definitely UGC, because it's one very, very crucial aspect of everything. I'm also going to bring you through a quick Sora thing of how we actually reproduce the street interview with Sora alone. So stick until the end if you want to see and take a look about that. Okay, now let's go further into the video. As you can see here, their website is very, very simple. They're actually doing very direct offer. If I take a look at what they're doing here and I go onto landing pages, you will see that all of these kind of like pages are not going to like a listicle, not going to like some special advertorial or listicle funnel, right? But they're all going to different products and bestsellers, right? So it's a very, very kind of like distributed, equally distributed, I guess, digital real estate, we can call it, when it comes to like their funnels and their landing pages. This is definitely their most popular, where there's like the option. This is their most popular. There was an option here before. I can't see it anymore for some reason. Maybe because I changed region. I was in the US, and because it took away my VPN, and I saw like a buy 3 get 1 for free offer or something like that, where they save, right? The picture that I showed you, not the picture, the page that I showed you before. Anyways, let's go through a couple of concepts that I really noticed when it comes to what they're doing with their advertising. So first of all, I need you to understand that one of the most important aspects, and this is something that we really leverage within our company to get results for our clients, is research. Okay, research on the customer and research on the creative. If you can combine these two things together and understand what your customer wants to hear or what they want to to see on video or in images, whatever, what triggers them, and also understand their deepest desires, but also the type of creative and viral aspect of the creative side that works. If you can combine these two things together every single week and do learnings from them, then this is how you can scale. So I'm going to bring you through this. This is what I want to touch base on when it comes to their UGC strategy. So stick until this part at least. But it all starts with the top number one priority, which is the customer. We do research on Amazon, Reddit, TikTok. If there's one piece of research that I would do for them, is I would break down all of their best viral ads, which we can do later, and read all the comments and read what is allowing people to like trigger through that message and convert, right? So this is very crucial. I always talk about this in my other videos too. Analyze and collect the positives, the negatives, the buying triggers, the frustrations, the skepticism, everything that we can kind of like get from these ads. We want to put it into our kind of like, I call it a holy creative document, which is actually a document that looks something like this. Holy doc, right? And so this is basically a document where we can put all of our learnings, right? TikTok research, Amazon research, customer research. We highlight the key things that are like super important so that we can get learnings from, and create valuable hypotheses on our tests, right? Which is really, really important. Then we go ahead in the stage and understand their discovery. This is really important. How does your ideal avatar customer talk? What is happening in their life? Who do they want to become, right? What is their motivation? In this case, we're selling fragrances, mostly to men. And the idea is that we're selling cheaper fragrances that smell like expensive fragrances to get women and become more attractive. Or there's many different funnels and pain points that they're running when it comes to their ads and their UGC content. Once we gather all of this, we can gather pain points, angles, offers, products, sales processes, desires. We can basically combine everything. And then the next thing that I want to do is collect what type of viral concept is working in the space. I took a look at what's going on in other spaces, and these kind of UGC videos are just really, really working well for them, or for other companies too. I mean, TikTok is mostly UGC heavy, but like look at the virality of these videos when it comes to fragrances. Even the way that this guy does, you probably know this guy, Jeremy Fragrance. If you don't, he's like a fragrance influencer. He does a lot of UGC type of very organic content, right? And so street interviews is something that I saw that works super, super well. But let's take a look at some of these ads so we have an understanding of what's actually working for them. Let's take a look at some ads.
This is an exact match. So this is my first time trying an alt fragrance. This is Duchess. It's supposed to smell like this. If y'all don't know, this costs a lot of money, even for this little ass thing.
So first of all, what I'm really seeing, and this is something that you should do in your own brand, whatever you sell, what I'm seeing is that they're doing the UGC format and it's working, cool, keep on doing it, but they're still diversifying with avatars and angles. So they have different types of avatars. So we're gonna take a look at what this guy is doing with what they're doing here with their marketing. I'm gonna click on this because you probably can't see it, it's cut. But this is an interview. This is another type of UGC video. This is a man talking to a woman. This is a woman talking probably to a woman and comparing prices. So the angles are many. It's about being, smelling good, of course, for men, for women. I also saw a video talking about how it's important for a woman to be smell always good for their men and vice versa, and also price objection, right? Street interviews where literally men go up to women and ask. Let me just show you this.
You smell good.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Yeah. You smell really good. You smell so good.
And this is actually this is a hook of a video, which is of course like a TV show. And then this guy goes on and talks about something.
You like a man that smell good? Okay, bet.
I had to figure out what cologne this guy was wearing, so I went down to the comments for extra help, and it turns out this guy said that guy was wearing alt reality, but it's mad expensive. So I looked around and found out that alt reality is not expensive. And I think I finally found a link that's super cheap. I'm gonna leave it right here on this video. This is easily my favorite cologne that they have. It just smells...
This is super organic. Like, I could really see how this could work well. Let's take a look at some other ads for this guy.
Imagination or reality? Imagination is my personal favorite fragrance of all time. However, it's like $350. But alt reality is the same fragrance for a fraction of the price. Alt made.
So once again, very simple UGC video, but they're touching base on the right things. They're talking base as, hey, would you want a $350 fragrance in your hands for $39? Yes. So it's a very strong selling proposition. So let me just click on this one because I like this one a lot. Let me just open it up over here and let's take a look.
I see you sniffing stuff. Sniff me right fast.
You smell good.
I smell good. You like that smell? Mm-hmm. Would you get something for your man?
I sure will. That's good advertising.
Yeah, that's that crystal number 23 from Alt Fragrance. Smell me one more time.
Mm-hmm.
I smell good, don't it? Mm-hmm. Can I borrow y'all nose right fast?
Yeah, which one you smell?
Just smell me.
Smell good.
I smell good.
You smell good.
You like
that one?
Huh? You like that?
Oh, I love men's cologne. What is it?
That's that crystal number 23.
I love.
So this is of course avatars. The avatar is black. This is for black men. Want to speak in with black women or whatever. So it's like in the black community. Works super well. It has only been running for 2 days, but I can promise you this will run for way more. Maybe this is a new test. And by the way, one thing that you can do with these tools, or whether you have these tools or not, if you can create similar scripts and transcribe the video so that you can just copy and paste that into ChatGPT, and then eventually maybe do Sora clips. I did a Sora clip like this. It's not the best. I did it in like 2 minutes, so keep in mind, like, you can always improve, but I literally did this in 2 minutes. I went here on ChatGPT and I said I want to create a scene where someone is selling fragrances with an interview type of concept, and I describe the interviewer and I describe the interviewee, and I say I want 3 to 4 scenes with like this man, kind of like something similar I wanted to recreate. It was not the best result, but it kind of gives you an idea of like what you can do with AI. And then I'm going to talk about UGC investments in just a second, but let's take a look at this one first.
I didn't warn you.
Hey, quick favor. Can you smell my new cologne real quick?
Just
I'm trying to see if I'm actually wearable today.
hold on. Oh,
No, that actually smells too good. Why you trying?
For example, this arm is like weirdly positioned, right? So these are like the things with AI that's like you just have to regenerate. I didn't want to spend 3 hours doing, like, you're not going to spend 3 hours, but I didn't want to spend like 20 minutes doing this. I just wanted to give you an example for the video, but
Trying to set people up like that.
Appreciate it.
Wait, nah, that's dangerous. You're gonna make somebody fall in love today.
For real?
Don't.
like you can get clips and like put them together and like of course improve it and do it in a better way. Get rid of this funky arm. But you can like recreate something like that is probably a winner just with AI nowadays. So, you know, if you don't have Sora, it's simple. You just need a VPN if you're not in the US, and you need an invite code. And, you know, people that have Sora can give you the invite code. You can just go through in their Discord, on ChatGPT Discord or Sora Discord, and you'll get some. Okay, so that's it for this part of the video. I do want to touch base on one very, very important thing. Okay, and this is the thing, like once we understand what viral concepts work, we understand everything about the customer, we put these two things together, then what we want to do is analyze and break down winning ads and understand why they work. Like I'm combining all these concepts that work, great. I want to understand why they work. This is basically called learnings. Learnings you typically do after an ad is published, meaning that you have an hypothesis, you publish your video based on the hypothesis you made, and then you analyze two things: results and then learnings. What did I learn from this? Once we know that some ads are just killers, whether it's within our ad account or just maybe our direct competitor or indirect competitors, what we want to do is like analyze every single aspect of this video. Like, what was the highest desire, the main pain points that were mentioned, motivations, address skepticism, like try to make very valid and science and data-backed hypotheses that you can then repurpose. Once you understand this, then it makes sense to really get into UGC. And there's two types of UGCs, just to be very blunt with you. There's one type over here, right? Let me just put it like this. One type is the traditional, $100 to like $200 UGC that gives you like, average quality. In some cases, like maybe out of 10, 1 or 2 work, maybe sometimes 0 work, because the quality is just like, it doesn't look authentic. It looks very scripted, even if you're not giving them like a specific script. But these people are like, some of them will be gems, don't get me wrong, but like most of them will just not. The other side is like a 1,000 to 2,000 plus UGC video, maybe with like 2 or 3 hooks or like 1 or 2 videos with like a killer UGC, or like I would call it influencer. And so the influencer either has authority because they have an audience, right? Or they just understand what goes viral. For example, how do we find these? And by the way, before I get into how we find these, you need to understand that most of your competitors will only invest into $100, $200 UGCs. And so they will test 10 and still spend to $1,000, or let's just say like, $2,000, and barely find a winner, rather than maybe testing 3 of these and then really find, maybe even 5. Let's just say you invest $5,000, but one of them is like a real good winner that spends $200,000 or $100,000 with a very, very good ROI. And then of course the ROI is there. So of course, if you want to find like medium to super winners, this is definitely going to give you the highest chances. If you want to find like mediocre winners and just get a bit more lucky with the person that you're working with, then this is probably the option for you. I know that a lot of brands are getting a lot more into this. There's a reason why like companies like Dr. Squatch are like, partnering with like Mike Tyson and the famous actor. There's a reason, because there's a direct ROI with that investment. Okay, and so maybe you don't want to partner with Mike Tyson because it would cost probably millions of dollars, but you want to partner with people that have authority in their field, right? This is just an example of what I would do. Right, I would basically go in here and say fragrances for men, and then I notice what is going viral recently. For example, this one. And
if you're new to smelling good,
and then I would just go in here and kind of do a partnership with this person. If it's possible, understand what the costs are. In some cases, one post will cost like $1,000, $2,000. In some cases, less. It depends. Another really cool, cool platform is called Backstage. Here you can get really sneaky, because with Backstage you can hire and filter and find whoever you want, and these are actors. What do actors do? They act well, and so they can act like a very good creator, right? So you can literally go in here and add the filters. In the filters you can add location. Let's just say no specific location. Let's just say gender, we want female, right? Age, we want minimum 30, maximum 100. Cool. And then we can go by ethnicity. Let's just say we want black, right? View results. and then you will find it will give you like all of these like literally have acting experience, and they also in some cases do UGC, right? It got popular as like an act, like hiring actors. But what I know for sure and based on my experience is that these people, they are very expressive. They really know how to do their thing, and they cost way less compared to like somebody that has like a trillion followers, kind of like this person, right? Or the where is it? This guy over here. He probably charges way more. These guys can probably be still around the $100-$200 per video, and they will do a very good job if you just tell them what you really need, share them the demos and the examples that what you want to reproduce. You'll be surprised. So if you want the cheapest option, this is definitely with the highest success rate, this is definitely a great option. If you want like more like experience with virality and like more marketing where you have to like direct them less because they know what they're doing and they go viral literally every single day, then of course you go after these more expensive creators. I would test both, and both our clients have tested both, and they both work very, very well. Okay, so that is it for this part of the video, but it's really, really important to kind of evaluate this for sure, but also really understand the mechanisms of what make an ad work, whether it's UGC or not. Now, going back to what they were doing over here, I noticed that they're doing a lot of different UGC videos, which is obviously something that is working for them. Let's take a look at what they're doing with their image ads to see what type of image ads they're running. But a lot of these are like just direct offers, you know, City of the Stars without the price. Yeah, some of them are just also the, you know, solution where everybody knows about fragrances, right? It's more of like a marketing tactic. So they're definitely doing differentiation. I would want to see a bit more differentiation when it comes to their UGC type of content. I always talk about differentiation over here, diversifying your content. For example, if you know that this type of winning VSL works, maybe dissect it and understand what components made it work, kind of like what I was talking about over here, the components of the ad that makes it work, and then diversify the concept. Maybe do, instead of a VSL, you do a UGC ad, or maybe from a UGC ad, you do like a storytelling script where you just do like a long form copy with like a carousel or an image, or maybe you do like a grid review image. Like, it doesn't have to be like a traditional UGC video. One thing that I did note that they are also doing, although they're not diversifying the concept too much, in terms of like VSL or you know, image, they are definitely diversifying. Where is it? Diversifying the types of video UGC videos that they're doing. Let me just tell you over here. For example, they're diversifying the angle. This is an angle, first of all, showing a woman that is talking about price. This is another creator just doing a street interview, so a different type of concept. This is the same type of concept of the woman, but for men, so the price thing. Then there's like, this is more like a, you know, I saw this go viral, or this is like the authority because everybody maybe knows these shows. I've seen these shows many times on my feed, so I know like what they are, and it's very organic. And then there's somebody else, you know, pitching the price, right? So the angle is maybe going to be similar, but the ways that they're presenting the UGC concepts are also very interesting. You see different faces. They're also doing whitelisting or partnerships, so they're using the page of the creator for just more organic reach. Or sorry, more organic advertising, I should say, where it looks more raw and organic. But you see the different types of faces. Let's take a look at another one.
Pumpkin spice latte extract perfume. Before I spray it, we're just gonna go through the notes, okay? Orange, apple, ginger, creamy coconut, coarse pumpkin, vanilla.
You see how this is like, it's obviously a UGC video as a marketer, I can see, but this is like really organic. It's not scripted. So whenever you do UGC videos, you have to have and work with people that just know how to make it feel organic. Let's take a look at this one.
Oh my God. Hold on. No way. There's actually no way. Oh my God. Why does this actually smell like Baccarat 540? $400 versus $30. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray the real Baccarat on my left arm. This $30 Baccarat off the TikTok shop on my right arm. $400 Baccarat first. Smells so good. $30 Baccarat. Oh my God. Hold on.
Okay, I understand what he's doing. I'm not sure if this ad is going to run for long. It's been for 7 days, so maybe it's working. But you get the point. Hopefully this video was valuable. Let's take a look. There's one last quick thing, is that they're very good at doing transformations. When I say transformation, it doesn't have to be physical. It can also be based on like a pain point, like spending a lot instead of like not spending a lot, like the difference in price. It could be like not being attracted to women and then being attracted to women because you have the fragrance. So they definitely have a lot of footage and B-rolls from like current state versus future state. So if you can implement diverse transformations within your videos, then it's probably the most effective marketing strategy that you can leverage. Okay, that is it for this video. I hope this video was valuable. Definitely try UGCs, more expensive UGCs. Don't be afraid to invest. Worst case, you learn, right? But definitely get into the expensive ones once you know for a fact, you studied, you've done your learnings, you know exactly what's working, right? What I was talking about over here. You break down what's actually working. Then you can maybe invest into more expensive UGCs. That is it for this video. As I said, if you are a brand doing at least $100,000 a month, plus or minus, go ahead and book a call with us if you want to explore the opportunity of working with us as growth partners. If not, that's cool. That's it for this video, and see you in the next one. Bye.